Hello and welcome to Great Hang, the greatest hang that's ever hanged. I'm your hang, Tim McLaughlin, coming to you with your other hang, Myka Fox. Hello, Myka.
Hi, Timmy.
How are you? Well, let me preface this by post-COVID booster edition of the pod.
We got him yesterday.
We got him yesterday, and I'm still feeling fucking rough, yo.
To break it down for you, I handled it like a gold prize-winning champion, and Tim immediately crumbled into a fit of shivers.
Yes, I was very shivery.
It's probably the first time he's ever been cold in his life.
Yeah, I'm never really cold. I'm always hot. But yeah, I feel like shit. I felt like shit. I've had a headache. I've been fucking cold all damn day. If this is how women feel, I guess they're still wrong for complaining about it constantly. But it is rough. It's rough being super cold during the day. But I still managed to get the duvet cover on the blanket.
Ladies, this is what a domesticated man looks like. You know, we got the Pfizer first go round. Then we got
Pfizer
booster
number one. Pfizer number one. No shit problems. What's the other word for shit problems?
symptoms.
Side effects. Yeah.
Side effects. We get Moderna this time, because diversity is important.
We're all about diversity. We're about trying to give voices to the other unknown vaccines.
Listen, you know what I mean? We got it. Inclusivity is important, like we're not just like, oh, we're a Pfizer, except for J&J. Those people can go fuck themselves.
Yeah. How about you? Damn it. I couldn't think of any J words that were like jerk off, and jerk off is all I could think of.
Well, Johnson & Johnson are the same word, so you could have done jerk off and have it work.
Oh, nice. All right.
So I know you guys are used to Tim's...
And stop down and cut and stop down for cut. And you could jerk off and jerk off.
Tim's trademark quick wit has been blighted by this thing. I mean, usually he is at the peak of intellectual firing.
Yeah.
All synapses going at once, but right now... Tim is a wee bit slow.
I'm a little slow today.
He tipped his toe into Albanian Nation.
And also, what's up? Shout out to Albanian Nation. You are the ones that make this podcast tick. Without you, we would be nothing. Yeah, I am a little slow today. Not as quick as I normally am, which we all know is lightning fast. And probably
as evidenced by him repeating what I just fucking said.
Probably one of the quickest wits since Don Rickles, people have said to me.
Really? Don't you mean biggest guts? Most floppy faces?
And I think they said Tommy Pickles.
Yeah, they might have said Tommy Pickles.
But anyway,
fellow Jew.
We're feeling rough, so this might be a rough little podcast. I'm like sweating now.
Oh, so you're back to normal.
I'm back to normal. I'm sweating.
You're sweating because you're talking.
But I have not eaten today. It is now 5 p.m. Have not eaten, which, surprising for me, normally I'm shoving food.
I've signed you up for 5 more booster shots this month. We're going to get you to a healthy weight, Tim.
We're on the new booster shot diet. That's where you take a booster, it gets you all fucked out, and you get all tired. Can't eat.
I got to admit, I don't mind you being sick.
Yeah, well, because I didn't bother you at all today?
You did, but not as much. Not nearly as much.
I only came in to tell you the duvet cover was on the thing.
You're right, and that was nice.
Yeah, and I did that. I was sweaty, and then I was like, I'll do the duvet cover. I got all the way in the duvet cover to get the shit into the corners.
Oh, to be a fly on that shit.
There's an easy fly on that shit. What the hell?
I don't know. Sometimes I'm brilliant. What do you want from me?
That's rude to say about me. I'm not a pile of shit.
You're not a pile of shit?
Oh my God. Is that what today's podcast
are you gonna you're not in an office being rearranged by a woman who eats lean cuisines?
What the a file. Oh wow. That's incredible stuff.
Ding, ding, ding.
Incredible stuff from the mind of Myka Fox, the brilliant one on the podcast. People have called me the looks.
They're like, lookouts.
He's coming. He's gonna eat all your fucking food.
They're like, I know. I can feel the ground shake.
Oh, my glass. It's like on Tyrannosaurus Rex movie where the glass...
What's it called?
Jurassic Park.
Timothy. Jurassic and Jurassic?
Yeah.
Jurassic and Jerk-Off?
Hey. Jurassic and Jurassic. I think more kids would get it if you named it Jurassic. I know the autistic would get it. They goddamn love dinosaurs.
Tim, the autistic already have all their boosters.
I know. What if they could put them? What if you could get it on the train? I'd get it. I like to be on the choo choo.
What, the vaccine or autism?
No, you can get heroin. You can do heroin on the train. I've seen someone do it.
I know, Tim.
Blood was running down her arm while she was sleeping. I was like, you gotta get a go off for that. Put a band-aid over
waste
it.
not, want not, bitch. Some people are dying for blood.
I know. I looked it up. I looked it up to see if there was any heroin left in it. I was like, turns out,
just AIDS.
Just hepatitis C and AIDS. I'm all fucked up. Yes, Toe is looking at me like she is disapproving with everything I've said today on the pod.
Well, she generally disrespects your entire existence.
She hates my fucking dumb ass.
She was like, excuse me, I'm the one who sits on the couch and does nothing all day.
I sat on the bed. I let Toe have the couch. But we did get our boosters. We got it pretty good. Can
we talk about how scary the place was?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the first one we get it at CVS because old people didn't show up and fuck them.
Right, we got our first ones because we waited in line and they had extras.
It was great, too, because there were so many elderly people waiting behind us that didn't get them. But I was like, fuck you, I waited here for an hour.
Yeah, we didn't even wait that long, but yeah.
It wasn't that bad. And then the second place, we did one of those mass shooting sites.
Yes, we had to go to, it's called a school. And yeah, we had to go there. We had to go to one of the mass shooting sites that children learn at. And, we got ours there. That was quick and easy, but it was in fucking Brownsville, which was forever away.
Yeah, it was far.
Yeah, so I typed in booster shots into Google to try to get a damn booster shot, right? I figure, who wants a damn booster shot more than us? Damn it. So
that was your thinking?
Yes.
You're like, Google will tell us because we want it the most?
Mm-hmm. So Walgreens was like, to schedule any booster shots with Walgreens, that we would have had to do it like
over a week in advance.
Yeah, like the 13th was the earliest they could get us in.
And at least like 3.5 miles away. And if you're not in the New York City area, 3 miles is like an eternity.
Yeah, that's an hour. And it depends on what trains it is. And the trains that it was an hour and 20 minutes.
Is that your new tongue twister, Tim?
Yeah.
How many trains was trains is?
Trains is trains is trains. Trains was trains. So then I was like, well, fuck. And then I saw a spot, like literally a 3-minute walk from our house. Mm-hmm. And I called them, and then they called me back, and we were playing phone tag for a while. And that's not true. She left me a message and says, email me. I'm not going to answer the phone. And I said, I think her phone was.
And I think that's the sign of a good medical practice.
Yeah, I think it was her phone.
I'm not answering the phone.
I ain't going to answer this phone. It's bugged by the damn government. So.
I don't have enough minutes. Remember minutes?
Yeah, so we went. So the vaccine was in the trunk of a guy's car. We bought cell phones. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, hey, we'd like to get a vaccine as soon as possible, or the booster as soon as possible. And she said, oh, well, we'd have it Monday at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And it was Friday, and we had a lot to do on Friday. I'm glad we did not get it Friday, because I would have been fucked out all weekend, and I had 5 shows for once.
Wow, everyone was asking.
So we go. Now, Myka, you take over the story from here. Now that I've given all the interesting background.
I know, like, Tim, dear God.
I feel like people don't know all the steps that went into it, and people could have been sitting and being entertained. But instead I bored them.
You tell a story like a cliched woman. You're like, and then Susie, have I told you about Susie? She's the one with the red hair. And anyway, I was trying to pick out pants.
And her husband's been cheating on her for 5 years. And listen, I think she knows, but she's trying not to grapple with it. But really, we all know that her husband's been cheating on her. So anyways, I was at the store.
Yes. So we show up and we're trying to figure out where it is. And first of all, Tim cannot figure out where it is. There's like across the street, it's just huge letters. Medical office.
What do you mean I couldn't figure out where it is? I said it's probably around here somewhere.
Well, considering we were looking directly at a sign that said medical office, I think that was too slow.
Okay. So yes, it said medical office. It was a shit brown building.
It was the color of, like, I think they only had one paint in the 70s, and it was that.
Yes.
Right? It was
Remember when people's like living rooms were that fucking like weird brown color?
It was like this this like brownie green yellow like diarrhea thing, and then like the medical office was in a color that was like cream, where you're like, was this ever white and it turned cream, or did you pick cream? Like,
did someone smoke too much in here?
100%. 100%. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
made out of the teeth of my babysitter. And so, and then there's like chains, like there's bars all over the thing except for the door.
Yeah,
Which that's not a cute look. There's a lot of storefronts in our neighborhood now. No bars.
Right, I understand that. Yeah, this had a full.
This medical office had bars.
This medical office had bars, son, but it was fully outfitted with like a chain link fence that went around the rest of it.
Right.
And then and it had the pull down. But I think that's because they have medicine and like painkillers and stuff in there, and
Yeah.
they don't want people breaking in.
Sure, but the CVS that also has that shit does not have any bars.
But they have a security guard.
Okay. You're right. And then we're in there.
And actually they do. If you go to the pharmacy, it's locked up like damn fucking Fort Knox.
Oh yeah?
That's right. I've been to Fort Knox. I tried to rob it.
Yeah, whatever. You were like, "Oh, I meant to get to Fort Cox, and I made a wrong turn at Butt Valley."
I did not make a wrong turn at Butt Valley. I went right down the Hershey Highway to Fort Knox. And I did not try to go to Fort Cox. If anyone thinks that I did not.
You went down to suck dicks.
I did not go down to suck dicks in Fort Cox. I went to Fort Cox because I got lost, first of all. I didn't even mean to go there. And I slipped. Okay, so everyone was in the shower, and I slipped on some soap, and a guy's dick fell into my mouth. I did not try to suck it.
And he was screaming because he was scared, and that's why his mouth was open.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm falling.
Yeah.
And a guy's cock fit perfectly into my mouth and tasted great.
I was gonna, that was my first question, but you answered it.
As if it would taste great?
Yeah, also because of the shower could get soap in your mouth, maybe potentially.
It's
gross.
flavored soap. Anyway.
Yeah, they do have flavored soap in prison. I've heard of that.
This wasn't prison. This was in Fort Cox.
What's the difference?
I don't know.
I assumed Fort Cox was a prison.
No, it's for the military.
It's where they lock up the cocks.
But anybody,
It's where they keep the cocks safe.
No, this was a military thing, and after people were like, "What happened?" I go, "You can't ask, and I can't tell."
Tim, I think this riff is very good.
Thanks.
So
I'd like to shout out my man for that good riff. I'd like to give all my praise to my man Satan. All right, go ahead.
I think one of the more disturbing things about our experience there is this guy answers the phone to take an appointment, and he's like, "Well, we close at 11."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah,
And in my head, I'm like, "PM, right?"
No.
PM,
No,
right?
he goes, "We're open from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m." And I was like, man, I need to get a job here.
What trusted medical professional has a 3-hour-a-day job?
I think it's just that nurse and that guy that works there.
And that
she
nurse,
just doesn't,
by the way, had like stains on her pants. And listen, I believe in
probably with me
casual.
at Fort Cox.
I believe in casual Tuesdays. But
Yeah,
listen, it's
this
a
was-
medical environment.
Yes.
She clearly, her clothes were like, they were very gothy, which it's like, listen, when I'm having someone jab me with needles, I want to be sure I'm the first person to have them.
Oh yeah. Well, the needles were in she took mine out of a plastic thing.
Oh, shit. She took mine out of a person.
Well, she tells me, I go second. Myka goes first. She tells me, she goes, the side effects. I go, I know. I don't care. She goes, I have to tell you the side effects range from fever and chills to death. And I go, okay, give me the shot. And she goes, oh, well, your girlfriend did not take it as well when I told her that one of the side effects was death. I go, you shouldn't have said that to her. You can't say that to her. She get all upset.
But
because
legally-
you're the one, like your sister you were talking about on the podcast. You're the one who's like, I'm going to be the person that dies from this vaccine.
Right. And has anyone actually died from the vaccine?
I think people have died from getting COVID with the vaccine, but I don't think anyone has actually. Well, someone probably has died of the vaccine if they have to say that one of the side effects is death.
Right. I mean, because obviously there's like allergic reactions, but I'm like, I'm not one of those allergic reaction people.
Right.
So is it outside? Anyway, but also the needle this time, and I swear I looked at it before and they were like pretty short, and this one looked so fucking long, and I'm like, oh my God, have they all been that long? She's like, well, yeah, it has to go a full inch into the muscle. And I'm like, what the fuck? I've got a bone an inch in. I'm not even like an inch deep.
Damn.
You know?
My girl got that shallow muscle.
No one's penetrated me an inch in my life, is what I said. And
I had no problem with it. Everything I saw looked A-okay with me. She jabbed me in the arm. I went
but
about
honestly,
my day.
it felt the exact same. It did not hurt at all.
No, it doesn't hurt at all. Well, that needle's so thin.
Well, but it looked big. It looked much bigger than the other ones. And so when I saw the needle, like I really did get like fucking anxious. Like the first deep dick COVID test I had.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
The first one I had, it took them like 7 tries to get at my nose because I just couldn't handle the release of control. And then when I was working on that TV show, it was like I had to get it done 3 days a week. And I'm like, I don't care. Just fucking like jam it in and get it over with.
When I have to get the ones in my nose, I just grip. Well, first of all, you can't even get in the left side of my nose, so you have to do it in the right. And I grip the chair so hard. The last time I did it, the guy goes, "Are you going to hit me?" And I go, "No, just fucking do it." I fucking hate having shit shoved in my nose. I had to have a camera shoved in my nose, like while I was awake.
That's so gross.
It fucking sucked my ass.
Wait, the camera went all the way to your
Yes,
ass
and it was a vacuum,
it?
and it started sucking. It went out of my ass a little, and it sucked around the outside. They said that was the only way to clean it.
Damn.
Yeah, I know, it's fucked up. Dr. Hoover. Dyson Hoover, my doctor. Damn, I am actually a little on today.
Oh, as evidenced by Dr. Dyson Hoover, because you could think of 2 names of vacuums. Tim, I'm going to go on a limb and say that joke sucked.
Yeah, it did. It was about vacuums.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, you fucking slow fucking galoot.
Oh, galoot. Wow. That's a nice way. Myka, is that the end of our booster story?
Well, other than you're sick, I have a headache. I don't know. You know what I mean? Get your booster shot. Don't fucking be a bitch.
But now I'm immune from COVID and I feel more powerful than I've ever felt in my life.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and I'm going to have someone cough in my mouth every day for the next 3 months.
Yeah, it's going to be me.
Well, that's good. So we are done with having COVID. We will never have it again. And here is a segment of our podcast that people love.
Oh, yeah.
Reviews for the podcast.
I think this is my favorite segment because they're talking about us.
Yes, this is where I go through and I find reviews that people have left for our podcast. Hopefully they're 5-star reviews. I have 3 reviews today. 2 on iTunes, 1 on Patreon because the guy says he uses Google Podcasts and he can't leave one on Patreon. Or on, not on Patreon.
What's Google's problem? Why doesn't Google want us to get reviews?
I don't know. Google, Spotify, they don't have reviews. But we'll do the 2 from Apple and then we'll do the 1 from Patreon. Here is our first review. This is from Zijip. ZIJJJJJJJP. Just says, yeah. 5 stars.
Sweet.
It's good and fun.
Yeah. That's it.
You
know what? Great job, Zijip.
I know. I like that too. I'm proud of him. He's a good man or woman for writing that. And that was written on Sunday. This one was written on Friday. And this one's called, It Really Is a Great Hang.
Fuck yes. These are people who get us.
5 stars. And this is from P3N1S Cake. Oh, penis cake. This dude's name is Penis Cake.
Tim.
I like that. This says, I've been a fan of Tim since his days on Girls Night with friend of the show, Tom Takar, a podcast I miss every day, RIP. And Myka is always great when she comes on other podcasts I listen to. I decided to give this a shot and haven't stopped listening.
Fuck yeah, penis cake.
Yeah.
I'll take a slice of that.
Penis Cake, and a shout out to Tom Takar from Penis Cake, which
Friend
is
of the
great.
show.
Yes. So that's good. Let me see. Where am I going here?
Patreon.
Oh, yes. Here we go. Patreon. Oh, this is from Matt on Patreon. What's up, Myka and or Tim? Thanks for the great content. This is no lie the funniest podcast I've come across. I'm going through your whole catalog right now from the first episode, and I haven't been disappointed. I'm like on episode 6 or 7 or some shit. I don't know. I don't know how to leave a review or rate or anything, but y'all are pretty dope. I just wanted to sign up and support you guys. Much love from Houston, Texas.
Fuck yeah, Houston represent. Great town. Better comments.
Yeah, so that's from Matt on the Patreon, and he also had a problem with the RSS feed that we figured out. So that was me going back and forth, and if you want to talk to me directly, sign up for the Patreon, send messages, and I'll message you back. But that was our segment, reviews for the podcast.
That was a good one, Tim.
Yeah, that was good. We had
We're,
3
like,
reviews
picking
today.
up review steam.
We get a classic name like Penis Cake.
Yeah.
P3NI. Man.
Are you sure it's not penis cock?
No, it's
It
cake.
says cake.
It's cake. Oh, I know how to read. I don't know how to read every word, but I know how to read the word cake.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay. All right. I believe you.
So that was pretty good. So pretty good reviews there. And we have our other segment. Did anyone send in a song for the podcast?
Did anyone?
No. So
right.
that's the end of that segment.
All right.
Myka, do you have anything else you'd like to talk about? We have to kill 25 more minutes.
No, we don't. My arm fucking hurts. I know that was back to the booster. I can't fucking lift my right arm. Can't work out.
Oh, I'll tell you this. We had to do Beauty Bar. So I run a show every Sunday in New York at Beauty Bar on 14th and 3rd. We had to do the show in the front room for the first time.
Yeah, usually the people are nodding off for the jokes, but in the front room, they just are nodding off from the heroin.
No, they do ketamine. On Sundays, the regulars in there.
On Sundays, we do ketamine.
That's what it is. That's what it is at Beauty Bar. On Sundays, it's ketamine. Sunday fun day for ketamine boys. Mm-hmm. The ketamine kings come in and hang out on Sundays, but
you can only do heroin 2 days a week, so plan ahead.
Yeah, so the regulars will do ketamine. Now, it was packed in the bar on Sunday, but they canceled they didn't cancel the show, but they told us we couldn't do it in the back because a party of 12 rented the room in the back. Now, Myka, did you talk to Michael? Do you know the rates for the back room at Beauty Bar?
I heard a number being tossed around. They said they paid $600 to party back there.
Okay. So you know that it costs $600.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know the breakdown of the $600?
I'm assuming open bar?
There was open bar in it.
Okay.
All right. So this is a pretty good... I feel like you're not going to really find a better deal to rent a room in New York.
Yeah, okay.
$100 an hour to rent the room. And it's like $50 an hour per person for open bar.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And they can get any kind of liquor they want?
Anything they want.
That's pretty, like, if you want to fuck around in an hour, you could get fucking shit-faced.
Now, I heard conflicting reports that it was $25 an hour.
25, because I was like, 50 is actually kind of pricey.
Yeah, I heard 25 from Brock, but I don't know if that's...
Because, like, in an hour, that's not really going to get you a deal.
Oh, it'll get me a deal.
What?
You know my ass is getting that $50 in an hour.
Well, are you?
Maybe. I mean, I'm going to get...
You don't drink nice stuff.
But I would. Shit. I would. If
I would fucking do that.
Right. But if it comes down to it, I'm going to be drinking Johnny Walker Black and Cokes.
Yeah. And Coke can get expensive.
Yeah. I mix the cocaine in with the Johnny Walker Black.
Yeah.
But it's, we had to do the show in the front room. To say it was a nightmare is accurate.
Uh-huh.
It was really hard. No one cared because we have the back room where we have it. We can close it off. There's no music. Everybody's there for the show. Normally some weirdos from like the 14th and 3rd, like, because there's still a contingency of weirdos down there.
Every time I go there, someone is fucked up on a different drug and laughing at something not in the room.
Right. But that's contained, right? So that's like contained to like one person. Now that was spread out over the whole bar.
Of people who didn't even come for the show.
Did not come for the show. Brock, though, I will get shout out to Brock Michael Napoli, #1 bartender in New York City. He told everyone that came into the bar that a comedy show was going to be happening at 9 p.m.
What a fucking hero. I love him so much.
I know. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that he was telling everyone because I was like, Brock, let's just let it happen. Because whether he told everyone or not, I think the show was going to be the exact same.
Well, listen, if I'm going to a bar to fucking drink and party and then a comedy show happens, I am furious. I will probably leave.
Right.
If I don't leave, I'm definitely heckling and being mean.
Yes. And now I did acknowledge up at the top. I said, we don't normally do the show here. I'm sorry that we're doing the show up here, but they told us to put it on and we wanted to do an experiment to see how it was up in the front room. Mm-hmm. We wanted to see how it was. And boy, oh boy, did we see. Because I went up. I'm going to be honest, did terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I got laughs talking about Toe killing rats in the backyard.
That's a girl, baby.
So Toe once again comes through for our family and gets me some laughs. They didn't want stories. They wanted short bits. They didn't want to pay attention to all of your act.
What about crowd work?
You could do crowd work, but I tried, and some people just weren't giving anything. And then other people were trying to be funny. And when people are trying to be funny with you that don't really know how to riff, that's the worst kind of crowd work you can do. Because I'll be like, what do you do? And the guy will be like, I sell sex toys. And I'm like, okay, what's the highest selling sex toy? And he goes, I actually don't do that.
Oh, cool. Fun bit. Thanks, dude.
Thanks, man. Thanks for leading me into nothing. And now
he's the guy who thinks that the suggestion at an improv show is the funniest part.
Yeah. Yeah.
And usually it is.
Yeah.
But
when someone says dildo store, baby, I'm laughing.
I mean, I can't get enough of watching ugly improvisers talk about dildos.
And have you noticed that the improvisers that really make it are attractive?
I have noticed that, Tim. They're either attractive or very rich or both.
Yes. And you have to be very rich to do improv because I think it costs as much as going to college.
Yeah, more.
It's fucking expensive.
More than community college, that's for sure. Community college class, $60.
How much is an improv class?
Probably like $400 or $500.
Wow.
So if you could take a full roster of community college classes.
That's crazy. You
could probably take improv in community college plus remedial whatever else the fuck you needed to take there.
Oh man, what's that improv fucking guy in community college, that the professor? It's got to be the saddest person alive. I assume it's a man. And he's just a fucking improv professor at community college. They all come in and he's like, it's yes and just start it.
I mean, he probably just puts on episodes of Whose Line and goes out to smoke parliaments.
Yeah. He's like, now in this one, Ryan Stiles really shines. So
yeah, duh. Ryan Stiles shines in all of them. He's a genius.
All right.
Whatever happened to Ryan Stiles?
I don't know. I heard a story though about Ryan Stiles and George Clooney, where I think it was Ryan Stiles was on a podcast or something. He was talking about it, and he goes, he was like the Whose Line would shoot on the same lot that George Clooney was shooting like Ocean's 12 or something on. And he's like, I had met George Clooney at some thing, and we had been chummy and friends. And he goes, and I would go out and smoke behind the set all the time. And he's like, one day Clooney was in a cart just driving around the sets with a bunch of like big time Hollywood people. And Clooney goes, hey, watch this. And he goes, hey, Stiles, fuck you, Stiles, you fucking piece of shit. and he just started yelling, fuck you, Stiles, as they like drove away. And he goes, and I smoked my cigarette. I was like, damn, pretty cool. George Clooney saying fuck you to me.
That would be like the highlight of my career.
I would love it. I think that would be the coolest thing that ever happened to me.
Did you like Whose Line?
Yeah, we used to watch it all the time.
That's the thing is like what happened? It was so, I remember thinking it was so funny and wonderful.
You know who loves improv?
Who?
More than anything in the world? Children.
Oh, maybe I was a child?
Yes, you were a child. I'm sure that there's some really funny stuff that they did because all of those guys.
I was like, every time I watch a clip, I'm like, damn, they were good.
Yeah, because I mean, like Greg Proops, that was like Greg Proops' thing for a while.
Dude, when I was in school in Irvine, California, I guess Greg Proops kind of lives there, has family there or whatever.
Sure.
I saw him. So he was like at this like diner I used to go to all the time. And he was like with like a bunch of old people, probably his like fucking parents and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like so fucking starstruck because I was like, in college and like just like was in an improv team.
Yeah.
And there's like full on Greg Proops. And so like I'm freaking out and I can't figure out how to talk to him. So I just start at the table just like to check if it was him, just go, Proops. And then the whole table like looks over and looks at me and I'm like, oh no, I gotta fucking hide behind this menu.
Oh no, that's fun though. That's fun. So it was Greg Proops.
And then I kept doing it.
Yes, and I will continue this fucked up bit.
It was as good as I could do.
That's really good. Who's the other guy that hosts the black guy that was on it? What was
Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady. I couldn't think of it. And he hosts Let's Make a Deal now.
Uh-huh.
He's the host of Let's Make a Deal.
Good fact.
Thanks. Thanks. If you have a job,
Welcome to Free Association Tuesday with Tim.
But yeah, so Drew Carey has been lost. I don't know. No one knows what Drew Carey's up to.
Hasn't he been hosting The Price is Right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know. What do I know?
But yeah, Drew Carey hosts Price is Right, and he's led in by Wayne Brady. Wayne Brady's his lead-in the day.
You gotta love it.
You gotta love it. And so that's what were we talking about anyway? I can't remember what we were talking about before that.
We were talking about...
Oh, so the front room
your
at Beauty Bar.
Yeah, the story was going very good.
So everyone's doing terrible. Just terrible. I did horrible. Tim Smith, comic from Chicago, friend of the show, he comes up. His bits are a little bit on the risque side, where he had a bit about how his girlfriend looks young, and when he goes to the playground, he can't tell which girl is his girlfriend and which one is a child. And then it turns out it's a child, and he's like, well, she's hot too, you know? And this girl next to him, appalled, absolutely appalled at what he's saying. And she keeps going, no.
Oh, I love that audience member.
No.
Honestly.
She said no 14 times during his set. And he goes, I think that went pretty good. And she goes, no, it didn't.
But she didn't leave. She stayed.
She stayed. And Chris told me, Chris Daniels, friend of the show, who I run the show with, he was sitting at the bar lighting people. And he said that girl who hated Tim's joke hated everyone. Mm-hmm. She hated everyone except for Lucy Pohl and Chase. Because Lucy was a woman and she was very excited when I said a woman was coming up. And Lucy also did well. And then Chase Taruso, who destroyed. Absolutely murdered the place. And Chris said she figured out that he was like telling people when to get off stage. And she would like look at him and be like, you need to light them now. And he'd be like, no.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Who is this girl, this master of the audience?
I don't know. So she was like backseat driving his.
Was she hot?
Not really.
Yeah.
Their crew was like dorky. They looked like a library crew of bitches. In fact, lady in the show that was saying no to Tim Smith's joke, you're nominated for Bitch of the Week.
You know what, Tim? I gotta be honest, and maybe you told it poorly, but that joke sounds like it sucked.
Here's the thing. I told the joke incredibly poorly. It's probably not even how it goes at all. I just know
because I was like, I don't want to sit here and defend, and it's not like I care about pedophile jokes. I don't. Anything is funny if it's funny. That sounded very unfunny.
Okay, well, I shortened it. I didn't tell the joke right, and
it sounds like anyone named Tim kind of really struggles at comedy.
No, Tim Smith. Remember when we were in Chicago and that girl came up to Tim Smith and she was like, or she came up to me and she was like, you were my favorite comic tonight. I loved you so much. And then she looked at Tim Smith and she goes, oh, I meant you. I go, no.
That's
I already
funny.
got the compliment.
Oh, I met Tim Smith. He's funny.
Yeah, he's really funny. But I didn't do the joke any justice. That was just the gist of it.
Tim, I think it's time you owe Tim an apology directly to camera.
All right. Tim here. I'm sorry. I will take this time to reflect, to think, to follow you on Instagram at possibly Tim Smith and watch your clips, memorize all of your jokes, and in the future do a better job of recounting your act, even if the audience didn't like it at all. Amen.
Amen.
So Chase Taruso ends up going up and
fucking love me some Chase, friend of the show.
Crushes.
He's great.
Crushes. Because he brought just energy. He was all energy. He would not give them a second to like settle down. He just hammered them and used all the space. Got off the stage, was walking around. Man, I went back to all the comics. I go, take notes. Do what Chase did next time. I go, I'm also taking the notes.
Yeah, all right, host who bombed.
I didn't bomb. I did poorly.
All right.
But so I would say, all in all, our experiment of doing a show in the front room was a failure. Mm-hmm. Yes. And that is my anecdote from Sunday, which also happened to be a fun day because the Colts won by 31-0.
Spoilers.
Sorry if you're going to see it on Hard Knocks, but Colts won 31-0. All right, Myka, you need to take us home with a tale.
Tim, I don't have a tale.
What did you do this weekend?
see.
Did you do anything exciting?
I just did a bunch of shows, like normal. Let me take
Whoa, a bunch of normal
a look.
shows.
I did Cobra.
Yes.
And then Brooklyn Comedy Club. I had to leave, and then I came back to Cobra to get...
To Cobra?
To Cobra, and I got shit-faced.
Yes, we all got drunk at Cobra on Friday. It was a nice time.
I got more hammered than normal.
Yes. You were in a bad way on Saturday.
And so then I was super hungover. You like had to drag me out of Cobra. You kept being like, hey, I want to go. Hey, I want to go. And it was like super annoying because usually when I want to go, I'll just go. I don't fucking make it your problem.
Yeah, but I saw how fucked up you were.
Really? Or did you just not want to pay for the cab?
I would have paid for the cab. I got no problem with that.
You probably paid for the cab that night.
I think I did. Yeah, I think I did get the cab.
But I felt pressured. I felt pressured by you. It's rare that I'm the drunker one who wants to stay out. That's not often.
That's not often. I was tired from, because I did a check spot Thursday at New York Comedy Club that was supposed to be at like 11:45 or midnight. Ended up being around 12:30. So, and then I came home. I was just a little sleepy boy from that.
Oh, but I was fucking partying. I was having a nice time.
Yes, but I could see in your eyes that you were gone to the world, and you had, in fact, blacked out. Did you not?
I think I did. I at least browned out. I don't remember the cab ride home. I don't remember taking off my pants and getting into bed.
Yeah.
When I saw them next to the bed in the morning, I was like, cool.
I was surprised you took any clothes off at all.
Me too.
Normally you'll fall asleep with all your clothes on.
That's why I was like, cool, I took my pants off, but I woke up uncomfortable because I still had my bra on, and I was like wearing, the clothes I've been wearing all night.
I hate when I wear my bra to bed.
Tim?
Yes.
It
holds in my fat set of tits.
Yeah.
But I like to let them flop around in the night.
You gotta lift and separate, Tim.
Yeah. I like when I snore and they ripple.
It's like how we do with the races. You gotta lift them up and separate them.
Is this what you learned from your inclusion?
I took a Okay, so we'll talk about briefly. I took a mandatory inclusivity in marketing.
It's mandatory.
It's inclusivity in marketing, which means how to be a more inclusive marketer, which means how to make sure it's not.
If you haven't seen it, it's what an Old Navy commercial does.
Or any commercial now. I fucking dare you to find a white couple on a commercial. I fucking dare you to find one.
So wait, all couples are either of a certain race or they're interracial couples.
Interracial, almost always. You got a lot of targets to hit.
Yes, you got to hit your targets so that everyone buys your stuff.
Right. So,
It's not really that nice. They're like, we're going to be inclusive of everyone so that everyone gets a voice. But really, they're like, we're going to represent everyone in all of our commercials so that we can sell as much stuff as possible.
That's always been the point of ads, though. Selling as much stuff as possible. What do you hate capitalism?
Yeah,
you fucking communist.
Yeah, that's not what
are you coming out as a fucking commie?
No.
Listen to you. Oh, we can't be selling things. We want our companies to fail because that's the nice way to be.
No.
We're talking about companies with great products that people need to know about.
No, but I'm
Old Navy is what America needs. How else are we going to support the Chinese employment structure?
Yeah, that's true. But what I'm saying is like they do it under the guise of.
I do it under the guise.
I know you do. You lay there and you don't move. But I'm saying they do it under the guise of, we're doing this for you.
It's about being able to see someone who looks like you on TV.
Right, I understand that. But the companies are like, we're doing this to help you, to help your culture, but they're not doing that.
Yeah, the company's motivations are always a little suspicious because it's profit based.
Yes.
They're never going to do anything that doesn't help their bottom line.
Right.
So ultimately you understand like, hey, having a diverse group of actors, having whatever the fuck, that's going to ultimately help their bottom line.
The thing that pissed me off the most, I think, was when we were watching Mad Men, and there was that episode where what's his name wanted to sell the
Pete wanted to sell RCA TVs to black people.
yes, because he was like, we've noticed that black people are buying RCA TVs, and they were like, no, and I'm like, who would ever say no to that? What? Money's money. Money's not a color. Money's green.
1960s, baby.
That was crazy to me because it just I would assume they would look.
Would you say it was eye opening?
No, I wouldn't say.
Would
it was
you say
eye-opening.
that you had your third eye squeegeed open
No.
and you understood the plight of other races besides the whites?
No, I would not say that. I would say that I had already assumed that, most products were not specifically sold towards black people, but I thought it was crazy to just eliminate a whole revenue stream.
Yeah. I mean, they're in Mad Men, their argument was they're like, well, we don't want white people to think that that's a black person's product. And they also said that black people wanted to buy things that white people wanted. Obviously, times have changed.
Right. Now it's flipped.
It really has. I mean, you got to err on the side of diversity for sure.
Yes. No, but I'm saying now white people want to buy everything
That's
black
true.
people have.
Except for country clubs and homes.
Oh my God.
No, I mean, that's not even a made up thing. I saw some fucking meme going around about this black couple photoshopped themselves out of their home listing and it went for $500,000 more. Now, that sounds fake.
It sounds so fake.
But apparently in the comments, it's very common that if a black people owned the home, white people won't want it. So
Why?
because racism, Tim.
But I don't understand. It doesn't make the house. Do they think it's going to be haunted by some type of spirit?
Yeah. I mean, if white people's homes aren't haunted by the slaves that used to work there, then why would the...
I know some of them are.
Oh,
yeah? If you're led to be believed, if you believe in ghosts, which I do not.
Have you ever been haunted?
No, I have never been haunted, but I am seeing a lot of TikToks, which could probably be fake, which are leading me to think that things are haunted. I'd like to believe that it's real.
Well, go on. Describe anything.
Well, I mean, I'd like to believe that ghosts are real because it's fanciful,
It's fanciful?
Well, it's fun. It's like
you
a
mean
fun...
fanciful?
I don't care what I mean. I don't give a fuck what I actually mean.
Oh.
What I mean
sounds
is...
like you're haunted by dyslexia.
Okay. It sounds like you're going to be haunted by a couple of fists to the face later. I like to believe that there is some type of magic in the world, even though math and science are going to be like, no, it's all binary, ones and zeros. Even we're made up of ones and zeros.
I don't think you understand what math and science are about.
Well, math and science say that there can't be ghosts or God.
That is actually not true at all.
And so that negates my good man, Satan, who I hang out with on a very regular basis.
Yeah, it's the only time you dance.
Yeah, I've danced with the devil.
I take him to a wedding. He's like, not without the devil here.
No, and then
what did the devil RSVP?
He is a +1.
Yeah, you're the +1 of who?
He was +6.
Jesus.
6.
Oh.
Well, that was a good riff by us at the end, but we really got into the topics today. More race stuff from us. We're really tackling race.
I think it's important to hear
podcast.
about race from two white people.
Well, if you had your way, you're Jewish, which would make you not white.
If I had my way, I would not be Jewish.
Well, you could be Irish Catholic and ugly.
Aw, thanks, Tim.
You're welcome. But yeah, so that's almost the end of the episode. Is there anything you'd like to leave us with on race or racial subjects?
No.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave us with everyone is beautiful. I believe there is one race, and that is the human race. So,
You're just going to say that right in front of Toe?
well, Toe's a beautiful cat. Okay, I believe that there is Toe the cat and the human race.
Okay.
All right, now we'll do our sign-offs. Myka, would you like to start?
All right. Signing off, it's me, your friend, Myka, who got her booster shot yesterday and now can't lift her right arm and will have to punch Tim with the left.
Oh, no.
It is me, your inclusive marketer, signing off.
That's good. All right, signing off. It is I, a friend of Tim Smith, A man who is ashamed of how he told Tim Smith's joke on the podcast today. Follow Tim Smith on stuff. He is very funny. And I would like to thank my Patreon family. I would like to thank my free feed friends. And I would like everyone to have a great rest of the day. Signing off, this is Tim McLaughlin. Go to patreon.com/greathang to check out our episodes that we do with guests.
Good sell, Tim.
All right, they're funny.
Bye.